based on the following configuration. All elementary school populations remain current as a K-6 program. This would mean Warren L. Miller, Blossburg Elementary, and Liberty Elementary, which would then be in the Liberty High School, would be K-6 programs. Mansfield High School facility remains as is. Service area to include approximately 60 North Penn High School students. North Penn High School facility receives an addition and renovations, services to remaining North Penn High School students and all of Liberty High School students. Liberty Elementary School building closes and moves to Liberty High School. This would have students would also be transported to Warren L. Miller when conditions are conducive, bus routes, etc. This would affect approximately 40 elementary students. So we're looking at 60 high school students, 40 elementary students. This would be done to balance building population sizes at the high school level. In doing this, you'll be able to see in a later slide that the populations in moving those students from North Penn then up to Mansfield would give two schools of equal size. Again, our statement of purpose, which we put in every single one of these slides to keep us on track as far as why we're doing this. North Penn High School and Mansfield High School 7-12 educational offerings. Course offerings would remain as current. However, there would be an equality present in the opportunity. Notice opportunity is stressed there for students to take those courses offered. What does that mean by the opportunity? What we're saying here is although Liberty High School, North Penn High School, and Mansfield High School right now offer pretty much all the same courses, in Mansfield High School, because they have larger numbers, there might be 3 sections of an algebra course, where at Blossburg and Liberty, there might be 1 section of that algebra course because of the amount of students in the building. So basically, those students' schedule would be fixed. In doing that, it kind of eliminates them or hinders them from taking other elective courses, where the students at Mansfield High School would have a greater opportunity to take other elective courses because they might have 3 different time slots that they could actually take algebra. The current daily schedule of course rotations would be utilized in this scenario. In this case, all high school students would benefit from the proximity to Mansfield University. Because both buildings would have similar population size, educational offerings would be the same at both high schools, with possibly the exception of specialized education program and the Ag Ed offerings. Possibly due to a smaller student population at Blossburg Elementary in this scenario, it will reduce Blossburg Elementary class sizes more comparable to Liberty Elementary class sizes. Warren L. Miller class sizes would increase though in this scenario. Slightly. In option number 2, to relocate Liberty High School, staffing reduction, looking at a high school that would be comparable to Mansfield High School. The professional staff count, we would be able to furlough 9 teachers in this particular scenario, 2 custodial staff, 2 secretarial staff, and 2 paraprofessional staff. Current course offerings would be maintained with this staff reduction. This will be done by combining very small course sections into a more efficient situation. Enrollment conditions. Taking a look at the enrollment conditions that are up here on the board right now. Again, you can see why we moved some of the students from North Penn High School up to Mansfield High School. Taking a look at that first year, 2013-14, at that point you have 437 students at North Penn High School, 444 students at Mansfield High School. Again, you have a population that is very similar in size. Note that the current 9th grade class is unusually small in our district. grade of 119 across the district falls well below the 147 average throughout the district. We base the predicted needs on an average of graduation class sizes. The above is based on current bus routing, which is the best available information at this time. All bus routing will be reviewed though, which may adjust these populations slightly. Transportation for this scenario. We have staggered start times, which may be required. Additional buses may be required. Cost for these adjustments would cost $472,807 minimum, and that's gross cost for the first year. We don't get reimbursement in the first year for transportation. We start in the second year with reimbursement. So this cost will result in an annual expense with a reimbursement. After we get reimbursed for it, we would be paying $156,026 out of the $472,000. Liberty Elementary students may be transported home first, followed by Liberty Area High School students. This transportation scenario was determined at the outset of the investigation of scenarios. Please note that having fleshed out the scenarios, there may be additional cost adjustments in order to provide services as they would be versus as they could be. The 59 students being transferred to Mansfield High School is simply changing the direction of a few buses on Route 15 that would go north instead of south. Transportation subsidies lag 1 year behind. Reimbursement for these costs would be received in the 14-15 school budget at a rate of 66%, which would be $316,781 received at a net cost of $156,026 annually. Staggered start times due to transfer of students may be necessary, and Liberty would be served with single bus runs in the morning and the dual bus runs in the afternoon. Up here we have our extracurricular activities. And consolidated sports. And taking a look at consolidated sports, this is currently envisioned to be operated with the same opportunities at the same performance level. This will require a review to generate the best possible extracurricular program for our students. Budget items. We have a $17.4 million project on the line right now at Blossburg, which will be the construction project, included in budgetary presentation and included in this scenario. We have $1.55 million to renovate Liberty High School to an elementary. That's not included in the operational budget as shown. These are additional expenditures that the district must face. It could possibly be that we take that money out of our capital reserve fund to do that. The 3-year budget projections, as you can see here, at the end of the 13-14 school year, the end of the 14-15 school year, and at the end of the 15-16 school year, where we would be. All total for this projected scenario, at the end of the 15-16 school year, to add up like we do in all these scenarios, the $381,959 at the end of 13-14, the $118,794 at the end of 14-15, and the negative $758,483 at the end of 15-16 brings us to approximately $257,000 in the red for this particular scenario at the end of 3 years. The district's 13-14 Act 1 index equals 2.3 or 0.34 mils. This shortfall could be reached if the district would raise taxes for the 13-14 school year to the Act 1 index. So if the district would decide to raise the taxes to 2.3% or 0.34 mils, this shortfall could be reached if the district would raise taxes in that amount. Facilities concerns, Mansfield High School will require new doors at $217,000, that's already budgeted for, based on current bids. The remaining monetary concerns include the water system at Liberty, outdated custodial equipment, site concerns, asphalt masonry, accessibility, etc. All right. Next scenario is scenario